Welcome back. All right, so we're going to talk about the New York Rangers. The New York Rangers are on a 10-game heater, 10-game winning streak. And it is a winning streak that has really firmly entrenched them in first place in their division, and they're right back in the conversation as one of the best teams in the league. They did go through like a 4-game losing streak. I think they lost like 6 out of 7 for a while there, but they've bounced back from that quite nicely. So they currently sit with a 698 points percentage, which is highest in the National Hockey League. So while they're not currently first overall, they were briefly yesterday, but their points percentage is the highest in the league. They're 8 points ahead of the Carolina Hurricanes in the race for first place in the division. They are 14 points ahead of the Philadelphia Flyers. Again, pretty comfortable. And that's where you can look for usually teams when they're that far ahead. You may see like an adjustment where they're losing games here and there. We haven't seen that with the Rangers yet. And their upcoming schedule, we'll see. I've only got 4 games on the board that are upcoming, but we'll discuss that. Their 3.34 goals per game average is 9th overall in the National Hockey League. Their goals against, 2.71 goals against per game. That is 6th overall. Their power play at 25.1%, 6th overall as well. Their penalty kill, 83.2%, 4th overall. Now, I've heard them referred to as power play merchants. I'm going to go against the new usual narrative on that. I don't care how somebody gets goals. When I hear, well, yeah, they won 8-1, but 6 of those are power play goals, it really doesn't matter. Their face-offs are very good, too, at 53%. They're 5th overall in the NHL in the face-off circle. So, really, they can beat you with the power play, with the penalty kill. They're still good 5-on-5. And their face-offs are excellent, so meaning they control the play pretty well. From October 21st to November 18th, they won 10 out of 11. That was during a stretch where they ended up winning 16 out of 19. So early in the season, they built up a ton of points, as we talk about often. Getting those points early in the season, very, very important. The Rangers did that. Again, went through a bit of a rough patch there, but now they're right back to being arguably one of the best teams in the league. Statistically, they are one of the best teams in the league. So let's go through this 10-game winning streak. It starts with a win away from home in Ottawa. This is before the Sens are playing like they are right now. It was a 7-2 win, and they trailed 2-0 in the second period. This may very well have been the game that sort of woke up the Ottawa Senators and got them playing the way we know they can. Jonathan Quick started that game, 29 saves on 31 shots. Then they come home. They win in overtime against Colorado, 2-1. Lafreniere had the game-winning goal at 1 minute and 53 seconds of the overtime, and Jonathan Quick saves 32 out of 33. One of the bonuses for the New York Rangers, both of their goaltenders are playing very, very well right now. So they're in pretty good shape. Also at home, they win against Tampa Bay 3-1. That game they led 2-0 after 2. Jonathan Quick not busy in that one. 17 saves on 18 shots. They can shut down opposing teams. Then they go on the road. They win in Chicago in overtime, 4-3. So not the prettiest of wins, but you get the win over Chicago. Zibanejad with the game-winning goal at 2:37 of overtime. Shesterkin, 28 saves on 31 shots, and that's after 3 straight wins for Jonathan Quick. And then they go back home, and they go with Shesterkin again. They win 2-0. Cooley had the goal during the game, and then Vesey had the empty netter towards the end of the game. And so Shesterkin has 29 saves for the shutout. One obvious thing to me is that Jonathan Quick has had a very good season, but for this team in the playoffs, they're going to need Igor. Jonathan Quick, we know what he can do in the playoffs. We're well aware, but it still feels like it's going to have to be Shesterkin that's going to get them to the promised land if they're going to get all the way to a Stanley Cup and maybe win it. Then at home against the Montreal Canadiens, they win 7-4. A bit of a sloppy game there. They trailed 1-0 after 1, and then the game just exploded with goals from there. Jonathan Quick, 32 saves on 36 shots. The winning streak reaches 7 with another kind of ugly win here. 6-5 in overtime over the New York Islanders. Panarin with the game-winning goal at 10 seconds. Not messing around, Artemi Panarin. And Shesterkin saved 36 out of 41 in that one. It's interesting because I remember that was Shesterkin Sorokin, and you're probably looking at that and thinking, that'll probably be like a 2-1 or a 3-2 game. Maybe there'll be a shutout. Nope, 6-5. Then at home, they beat Dallas 3-1. They led 2-0 in the second period, and Igor was fantastic. 41 saves on 42 shots, and it's the second out of the 4 straight games that he's played. He wins away from home in New Jersey 5-1. Impressive in that is that they're winning 5-0 in the third, Shesterkin ends up saving 39 out of 40. It's kind of a shame he doesn't get another shutout during this winning streak. And then yesterday away from home, they win 2-1. Rempe with the game-winning goal at 6:31 of the third period. What a way to score your first goal. Not the prettiest, but counts. And Shesterkin, 39 saves on 40 shots yet again. So Igor has really come into his own during this winning streak. Again, Jonathan Quick with 4 of the wins out of the 10. But if you look, you can see that 6 of the last 7 starts have belonged to Igor, because I think Peter Laviolette realizes this is the guy. He's our starter. It's great that Quick's let him have some rest. And I'm sure Quick will let him have some rest down the stretch too. But at this point, you want to win the division, you're probably going to need Igor to be going. Now, during this winning streak, Artemi Panarin's been their leading scorer with 3 goals, 12 assists, 15 points. Remarkable season Panarin has had. Kreider, 7 goals, 4 assists. Trocheck with 5 goals and 5 assists. Zibanejad, 4 goals and 6 assists. And I did see an article the other day on Zibanejad and his struggles 5-on-5. It's insane that the New York Rangers have the numbers they do, while Zibanejad's had struggles 5-on-5. He's not the only player either who's had struggles here and there, but it's the depth with the New York Rangers that's been fantastic. Adam Fox, a goal and 9 assists during the winning streak. Lafreniere, 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points, but he's a bust, of course. Both Byfield and Lafreniere, I think, this year have shown what they can be. And sure, they may never be Sidney Crosby or anything, but you don't have to be. You could be a very useful, very good player and have a team grateful they drafted you. And I think that's where we're at when it comes to Lafreniere with the New York Rangers. And then Brodzinski and Kakko are both tied with 3 goals, 3 assists. Interestingly enough, of course, for Kakko, that's not bad. For Brodzinski, it's fantastic. So that's where the differing expectations come in. And of course, Brodzinski's turned his play during this streak into a 2-year extension, which is great for Johnny Brodzinski. Coyle, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Cooley, Coyle's in Boston. Cooley, of course, a very good player, young player, and gives the physicality for them. A lot of hits from Cooley. Any goals and points you get from Cooley, and again, over this winning streak, he's had 2 goals and 3 assists. All of that's a bonus. Jimmy Vesey, aren't all 3 of his goals empty netters? Anyways, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points. All the goals count. Nobody cares how you get them. Gustafsson, a goal and 3 assists, 4 points. Okay, there's that one guy in a corner with a calculator who's worried about how you get him. Gustafsson, though, with a goal and 3 assists, 4 points. I think he's been solid since arriving for the New York Rangers. And Keandre Miller, 4 assists. Of course, Keandre Miller known for the defensive side of it, the physical side of it. Again, I consider any points you get from him to be a bonus. Ryan Lindgren, 9 games played, 4 assists for him. Lindgren, absolutely a warrior out there. Been playing with Fishbowl. Did miss the 1 game, but didn't miss more than that because the guy's a cyborg. He just doesn't miss hockey games. I wouldn't be surprised if he calls Gary and goes, "Look, I missed a game. Could we replay that?" Schneider, 3 assists for Braden Schneider. And Barclay Goodrow with 3 assists. See, it's been a while since Goodrow got a goal, but again, you're not looking for goals from Goodrow. You're looking for that good defensive play and good bottom 6 play, which he provides for them. Igor Shesterkin has been 6-0 during the winning streak with a .951 save percentage. Jonathan Quick, 4-0. He only has a .932 save percentage. So this has been pretty remarkable in that the defense has been playing well, the offense is getting goals, the goaltending's been fantastic. This is going to be a tough team come playoff time. This is going to be a team that I think will be underrated by some when it comes to Stanley Cup picks. I would not be surprised to see Carolina still be the one that people are picking out of the Metro, but I don't know if Carolina can beat this Rangers team right now. It could be different once these teams meet in May. Maybe we'll have injuries. Maybe some of the guys that are going really well for the Rangers now won't be going well then. But either way, right now, I don't see how a team would beat the Rangers in a 7-game series. Today, of course, they're at Columbus, so that could break the streak. Wednesday, they're at home against Columbus. One thing to keep in mind with Columbus, they do play the Rangers tough. So I would not be surprised to see Columbus win one of those 2 games. But for the Rangers, again, they're 8 points clear of Carolina. There's not a lot of pressure. They've played one more game than Carolina, but still, even if Carolina wins that game in hand, that's a 6-point cushion. On Saturday, they're in Toronto. How fun is next Saturday going to be when they're in Toronto? And then March the 4th, they're at home against the Florida Panthers. So it is not an overly daunting schedule for them right now, which is good. And it is a schedule that I think could see them run this winning streak a little bit longer. I don't know if they'll go to the 16-game streak that the Oilers had earlier this season, but we'll see. It's always fun when a team goes on a streak like this, and thus, here's your 10-game winning streak. Let me know your thoughts. And of course, for the Rangers, I do believe 10 is tied for the record, and they've had this, I think, 3 different times. How far do you think this goes? Do you think they break their all-time record winning streak as a team? Or do you think not? Are you concerned about it as a Rangers fan? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event that you've not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.